Namaskar. Today we're going to talk about a mantra. What is a mantra? A mantra is an essential tool in meditation. It's also a beginning tool in meditation. There are many other steps one can learn. To give the idea of what a mantra is about, let's take an image. First, I'll say that one purpose of a mantra, one purpose of meditation is to help your mind to become calm, although that's only a beginning stage. Now let's imagine that on a sunny, warm day, you're sitting by a lake, or perhaps you're rowing a boat on a lake. If the wind is rough, if the wind is strong, the lake is very much like this. The waves are high, and you cannot see much or at all below the surface. But if it's a calm day, a clear day, perhaps you can see all the way down to the bottom of the lake. And in a sense, that's what we want with meditation. We want our mind to become calm so we can see very deeply into the human being, very deeply into ourself, very deeply into our soul. So a mantra is something that helps with this. Oh, by the way, what is a mantra? What does it mean? The word mantra comes from the Sanskrit language, which we'll discuss today. It means that which liberates the mind. Now, actually, it's a deeper process that helps to really liberate the mind or the human being, but the mantra is an essential tool, as I said, for helping to liberate the mind. Where do mantras come from? How did they develop? Well, mantras always come in yogic practice from the Sanskrit language. Sanskrit is an old language which we associate with India, but the language was actually developed over many, many centuries throughout an area of what we now call India, and even going as far as parts of Russia. And perhaps you'll notice that some words in Russian language do come from Sanskrit, if you study Sanskrit. So how did the language develop? Well, there's one story about how yogis in ancient times in India used to do very deep meditation. They had a long time and they would go very deep into their meditation in quiet areas. And as well as going very high and understanding the universe, they also went very deep into themselves, and they could understand much about the human nature. One thing they found gradually was that the human being has 50 primary emotions or tendencies of the mind. And with much meditation, they found that each of these emotions had a sound that's coordinated with it. And with much research as they did, talking to each other and meditating generation after generation through schools of yoga, they found that each of these emotions does have a sound coordinated with it, and that they could confirm this with other yogis. So gradually, those 50 sounds of the 50 human emotions became what we call the Sanskrit language, which has 50 letters to it. So with this understanding, the yogis gradually realized that if they could make mantras, words for meditation, coordinated with these 50 emotions, they could touch something in the human being and help that human being to go beyond just the human emotions and open up to the universe. So mantras were made by putting together certain of these sounds to make mantras that they felt would be appropriate for this person or this person or this person. Different people having different natures, which we'll discuss briefly, find that meditation works better if they have a personal mantra, a mantra that is appropriate for them. Now, in the Ananda Marga system, which we follow, there are several types of mantras. One mantra is used for a very beginning level that not everyone learns, but it just helps the people to touch meditation, to get started in meditation. At a higher level, where many people start, the mantra has the purpose of connecting us with our goal. Each person has a personal goal in life, of course. You want a career, you want to get married, you want to study a certain thing, you want to go somewhere for a vacation. But we also have, of course, our spiritual goal, to find the end of the human destiny. And this mantra, which in Sanskrit is called an Ishta mantra, is one important type of mantra that we have. Ishta is a Sanskrit word which refers to the goal that we have. Another level of mantra is given at a higher lesson, and this mantra helps us to understand that everyone and everything is associated with the universe. Everything is important. Everything has a value. We also have other mantras at other levels of meditation, which help us to, for example, purify our chakras and use mantras. We use mantras for other activities also in meditation. So there are several levels of mantras that we use in meditation. Now, how is a mantra developed? Does someone just think, oh, I think I'll use that mantra. Then they write it down and they give that card to someone and say, this is your mantra? No. The proper use and the proper development of a mantra goes much deeper than this. A famous Buddhist Lama named Anagarika Govinda, who was born in Germany and was a well-known artist and philosopher and scholar, described how his Lama, his guru, developed mantras. And this, I understand, is a similar process to how mantras are developed in yoga as well as in Buddhism. What will happen, speaking very generally, is that a yogi, a great yogi with deep understanding of the universe, deep understanding of the world, will decide that a certain word should be a mantra. And then he or she will do very deep meditation, perhaps for many days. During their meditation, they are ideating on the mantra. They are thinking deeply about that mantra so that that mantra eventually creates a certain power inside it. Now, perhaps any word can become a mantra, from the Sanskrit language, that is. But the yogis will use words that have a certain deep meaning. Again, we'll discuss that a little bit later. And by doing their deep meditation, as I described, that mantra eventually gets a certain vibration. And when that mantra is given to the student from the teacher in a proper format, in a proper atmosphere, then that mantra will be effective for the student. This can be explained more deeply at the time when you meet with your personal teacher and he or she explains the mantra to you and gives you your own personal mantra. In a way, it's like music. Have you ever noticed how a certain song, particularly classical music perhaps, can have a certain effect on you? I find that certain music can make me feel sad. Other music can make me feel joyous. Other music fills me with a sense of power, a sense of love perhaps. Somehow, great musicians, perhaps intuitionally, know that the combination of certain sounds will affect people when it's given to them as music in a certain way. I imagine that these great musicians did not study yoga with a great lama or guru, but somehow through their intuition, through their studies, they have found, as I said, that certain sounds will create a certain mood in a person. Yogis have found this out through other means, as I've indicated, through their deep meditation. So they have found then that by combining certain sounds, they can come up with a mantra that will have a positive spiritual effect on the individual who is doing the meditation. Now, looking at it in a different way, mantras have certain qualities to them. Primarily, we find there's three qualities that a mantra has. One, a mantra has a rhythmic quality. Mantras are usually 2 syllables for our deep meditation, so that you repeat 1 syllable when you breathe in and 1 syllable when you breathe out. This rhythmic quality helps us to do the mantra more efficiently. Also, by doing meditation in this way, we find that the breathing slows down gradually. And you may observe, as psychologists and others understand, that as we breathe more slowly, our mind is more clear, our mind is more deep. Rapid breathing may be good for certain situations in life, but it won't be very helpful if you want to breathe deep, if you want to think deeply, if you want to do meditation very deeply. So the first quality is rhythmic. The second quality is what we call vibrational. Each individual has their own vibration. You might find that some person is very outgoing, another person is very quiet. One person is very artistic, another person may be very athletic. One person thinks deeply, another person thinks a lot, but maybe not very deeply. So each person has their own essential characteristic. And also, the universe has its own vibration. Many of you have perhaps heard of the word Om, and some teachers say that we want to meditate on the word Om, and this will help us go into deep meditation. But Ananda Murti, the guru and founder of Ananda Marga, says that no, rather, through your meditation, you want to get to a point where you can hear the sound of Om, and that indicates that your meditation is very deep. So the second quality, as I said, of a meditation mantra is that it is vibrational. It can help to connect your own personal vibration with the vibration of the universe. And then you know that you are flowing very well through your spiritual life. A third quality of a mantra is that it has a meaning. This is important, we find. I have run across some meditation practices where they give you a mantra, but no meaning. And I've actually practiced this for some time, and I find that the meditation can help me to feel calm, but it won't help me to go deeply into the spiritual life. So when a mantra has a meaning, we can keep the meaning of the mantra in the back of our mind, so to speak. And I understand that as that mantra enters a deeper level of our consciousness, a deeper level of our subconsciousness, then it has a deeper effect on me. If the meaning is just logical on my surface mind, that's not bad, but it won't have the deeper impact of helping me to understand and feel and live the meaning of that mantra. So a mantra has a rhythmic quality, a mantra has a vibrational quality, and it has a meaning. Oddly enough, or perhaps not so oddly, the mind also has three characteristics, three qualities that are related to these qualities of the mantra. One is that the mind can only have one thought at a time. This may be hard to understand. Sometimes I might be sitting on a bench at home or perhaps walking in a park, and I find that I have so many thoughts in my mind. Many thoughts, perhaps I'm inviting someone for dinner and I have to buy the food and clean the house and think, when are they coming over? Also, I have to shop for other things, and also I have to meet someone, and I have to prepare for an appointment tomorrow. And many, many other thoughts will come to my mind. And they're coming so rapidly that I think they're all happening at one time. But no, psychologists will explain that the mind, human mind, is like a very rapid supercomputer that can have one thought, one after the other, so quickly, perhaps, that it seems like I'm having many thoughts at one time. But the mind can only have one thought at a time. The second quality is that the mind must always have an object. We don't have an empty mind in our conscious life. So we must always have something, and you'll probably observe this in your life, that you are thinking about. A third quality of the mind is that we say, as you think, so you become. So if you don't feel very good about yourself, if you feel I'm a useless person, no one likes me, I have no friends, perhaps your life will become that way, unfortunately. However, even an average person, if they feel very positive about themselves, can do great things in life because they feel, yes, I can do it. And they convince themselves that they can do it, and they take the steps that they need in their life to be able to do that great thing, whether it's something in the world or something in the spiritual world. So these three qualities of the mind relate to mantras also. Now, how do you receive a mantra? Does it just happen that a teacher meets you and says, okay, I'll write this mantra on the piece of paper, here it is, goodbye, go do your meditation? No, mantras don't have any effect if it's given in that way. Rather, the teacher will do his or her meditation very deeply. And by understanding your own personal vibration and understanding how to connect you to the universal vibration, they can choose the right mantra through their meditation. In the Ananda Marga system, the teacher does the meditation by connecting with the guru. And by understanding what the guru wants, they will give you the meditation mantra that will connect you with the higher vibration of the universe. And in this way, your meditation, with practice, not just one time, but with practice, your meditation can then go very deeply. So this is a little bit of an explanation of how a mantra works and how it can affect you for your spiritual life and also just for your regular life by helping you to have much less stress, more calmness, more clear thinking. So a mantra is a very important part of the meditation process, and your personal teacher can help you to understand it deeper and find the mantra that is best for you. Thank you. Namaskar.